Room Service is an overnight live interactive film composed by theatre company Gob Squad. Performed by Joanna Freeberg, Sean Patton, Sarah Tom and Simon Will, it premiered on January the 14th, 2003 in an intercity hotel in Hamburg. However, an edited recording is available for viewing on YouTube. Room Service is a post-dramatic performance of confronting scenes and radical theatre ideas completely ahead of its time. Staged in a hotel, Room Service utilises 5 separate spaces within the location. The audience, or rather voyeur participants, are in a conference room, sitting in chairs and reclining on pillows facing 4 large televisions. With the technical designers monitoring from the back of the conference room, they switch the televisions on and the performance begins. Each television is broadcasting a live feed of a performer in a hotel room. All 4 performers are isolated in identical rooms. They know there are people watching them, and they talk to the audience through the cameras, unable to hear or see them, however. As Hans Lehmann believes about the audience and the performers in his 2006 book titled Post-Dramatic Theatre, all of them are guests of the same place. Before long, the performers dial numbers and phones ring in the conference room for the audience members to answer. Conversations are had, requests are made, invitations are given. Some audience members are called out of the safety of being behind the screen to join a performer in their room, on camera, and perform some task or another. As the night wears on, it's clear to see the performer's declining mental state and an intense vulnerability rising to the surface of their words and actions. What society says should be private becomes a confronting shared experience for all participants involved. The performance follows a non-linear narrative without a set text or plot. There is a clear dissolution of boundaries between different art forms through the use of music, song, dance, art, and even the television itself. This collaboration and hybridization of forms declares this performance post-dramatic. As Lehmann explains, outside of the conventional theatre space, there are possibilities described as site-specific theatre. The site specificity is an important aspect of the performance, as room service could not take place anywhere but a hotel. The inclusion of the telephones lends a unique mode of audience engagement to theatre. In 2003, when Gob Squad created this post-dramatic performance, there was clear commentary about isolation, communication, and connecting with people woven into the concept, along with the idea of pulling back the curtain on people's privacy and exposing them. However, this performance reflects perfectly the current state of the world. With COVID-19 shutting down our normal way of life, most of our communication has been forced through technology, through cameras and monitors and microphones. This isolation has affected many, just as we see mirrored with performers' isolation affecting them. The inclusion of the many post-dramatic elements clearly displayed in Room Service heighten this theatre to transcend the traditional mode. There is a perfect balance of forms and intermediality used to cleverly engage the audience. The setting of the theatre piece is genius for confronting and vulnerable performances in such isolation. The clever use of telephones to create a literal and metaphorical connection between the performers and the audience helps to show how that small connection could create anything, could change anything. Improvisation used by the performers was flawless in this non-textual piece. There was a belief held that not many could fault this performance for being anything less than a post-dramatic masterpiece completely ahead of its time. To summarise, Gob Squad's Room Service is a highly engaging post-dramatic performance which successfully comments on isolation, communication, and connectedness through its brilliant use of post-dramatic theory and acknowledgement of Lehmann's principles. This is a transcendent show with arguably more relevance now than ever before.